Hello everybody, sassy Bachas and bussy suckers alike. Welcome back to the A-Side. I am your host, Riley, and today we're going to be reacting to this brand new Machine Gun Kelly song that I didn't even know existed until Mikey yelled at me about it on Twitter, so thank you for that. It's entitled Papercut, and apparently it's the lead single to a new album. It's going to be probably similar to Tickets to My Downfall, I assume, at least, by the cover art here and kind of what MGK has been doing lately. Now, Tickets to My Downfall was a pop-punk record produced by Travis Barker, and whether you like that album or not, it's a very polarizing record. It's one that really has cemented its place in history and has helped revitalize rock in the mainstream in a way I didn't think we'd be seeing in a really long time. This album's really had a big effect. I mean, after this, with like, Trippie Redd, and then Mod Sun, Willow Smith, sorry, not Jaden Smith, and then Good For You, of course, blowing up, and Brutal also being very popular, Olivia Rodrigo stuff. So we're definitely seeing rock kind of on the uptick here, and it's mostly due to the success of Tickets to My Downfall, which is a record if you saw my top 20 records of 2020, is a record I personally really enjoyed. I own it on vinyl, the pink Walmart vinyl. I do really like the album, so I'm going to be reacting to Papercuts. But before we get started, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. I checked the other day, only like about 87% of you who watch these videos aren't subscribed. So subscribe if you want. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe if you change your mind later. And leave a like on this video if you want to see me talk about more MGK. Of course, I've heard Tickets to My Downfall a lot, and I've heard Hotel Diablo, but I haven't heard any of his other early work, so if you want to see me react to that, just let me know. Anyway, let's get into Papercuts. I'm excited to see what we have here. Okay. Okay. So, someone I saw on Twitter compare this to the Pixies and say, man, MGK is really ripping off the Pixies with this song. And I'm like, okay, people just like to hate on MGK, right? That fucking sounds like Where's My Mind. Definitely, it's like got a more acoustic vibe than parts of Tickets to My Downfall. It reminds me a lot of the title track. But I definitely hear, like, the chord progression of Where Is My Mind. I'm expecting, any minute now. It just feels like it's ripped so much out of that kind of late 80s, early 90s alt-rock era. But I guess that's kind of what Tickets to My Downfall was. I feel like he sold it more on Tickets to My Downfall, though. We're only a couple minutes in, a couple seconds of the song. I'm driving too early. Let's continue.
They want it down, but they got us.
Alright.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely trying to be... Wow, the guitars here are very distorted and very heavy. A lot more than on Tickets. It sounds a lot more akin to, like, I don't want to say grunge, because it's not grunge, but maybe like Insomniac or Green Day, kind of the heavier sides of 90s alt-rock in a way. Definitely more of a grunge inspiration, but this definitely isn't like Nirvana.
Everybody's so nice lately. Everybody's not nice. Polarized feelings, I don't wear them on my face lately. I don't wear them on my face. Internalize everything that headlines say lately.
Definitely not gripping me as much as Tickets to My Downfall did. That album had such a charm to it. And it's not a charm I'm getting at this song at all. Despite Tickets to My Downfall being very much Blink-182 worship, I feel like MGK really nailed it, and he really kind of brought his own personality into the lyricism and vocals and stuff, and really made it his own in a way, even though it was really similar to Blink. I'm not getting that same feel here.
Bleach my hair, mess it up, take my life, dress it up, signed a deal, I got paper cuts.
Signed a deal, I got paper cuts.
But they go.
The guitar work is pretty good, though. I'll give him that. Let's look at the credits. Where do we? Is Travis Barker drumming on this? I'm sure he is, but well, Travis Barker produced it, so I would assume so. Yeah, that's Travis. So, here's the thing, right? I would consider myself a fan of MGK. I really like Hotel Diablo. I think that's a pretty good rap album. I would have loved it as an edgy middle schooler. Hearing it for the first time in 2021, I still thought it was good, but that is something I would have worshipped in middle school. Take Us to My Downfall, like I mentioned, I think is a great album. It's one of my favorites of last year. I still come back to it all the time. I own it on vinyl. I think it's a great record. I mean, you can watch my reaction to Daywalker from a few months ago. I liked that song, at least at first. But this new song, Papercut, wasn't bad. It was definitely a very listenable song. It just felt very forgettable. It didn't feel like it had a lot of character to it. It kind of felt like MGK was really pushing to do the whole rock thing again. I will give credit where credit is due. He definitely has pushed the sound in another direction. He's definitely gone further with the heaviness. It's definitely a little less produced. I don't know if that necessarily works in its favor or not. The jury's still out on that one. We'll have to see the whole record. But I like the fact that it did push the boundaries of what he was doing. I mean, it's not like crazy experimental rock or anything. I mean, it's not anything the Pixies or Nirvana or fucking Green Day weren't doing in the 80s and 90s. But for MGK, someone who had broken in with the mainstream so much, he could have just made another My Ex's Best Friend or another, like, I don't know, title track, and it would have blown up. People would have loved it, but he decided to push his sound a little further and do something new for him. And I do respect that, and I want to see how it pans out on a whole album, or if he continues the sound on an upcoming album. Definitely not a bad song, just not one I think gripped me a lot. A little boring, and a little flavorless. But, who knows, maybe it'll grow on me. We'll see. But for now, it's just kind of a meh track. Not a great lead single, but we'll see. Maybe it'll grow on me. Maybe the record will be amazing. So, yeah. Anyway, this was a short video, but there will be more to come very soon. You didn't hear this from me, but I'm working on a Black Country New Road video that should be out very soon. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.